You know, when it comes to trapping, there's always the first. Whether it's the first raccoon you caught, first muskrat, first fox, or in my case, my first coyote, that just always burns memory into your brain. This week, Jenn and Payton, they're going to be experiencing their first on the coyote line. And I just got to tell you, it's going to be an awesome, awesome show. This is Trapping. Well, look who I got out of bed this morning to go check traps. Right where I caught my first coyote. Welcome to Trap 101. It just never gets old seeing those dogs bouncing. This is my story. This is my time. This is Trapping Time. Trapping Time is brought to you by Trapping Girl Incorporated, Night Owl Lures, Old South Lures, Southern Snares and Spot, Smokey's Deer Lure, Webster's Predator Control, Duke Traps, Wolf Creek Products, Sawmill Creek Baits and Lures. Right where I caught my first coyote. What do you think, girls?
Finally.
We were beginning to wonder if we were going to catch anything. This weather has been horrible, absolutely horrible. Jenn's happy. This was her trap. We were kind of wondering whose it was when we got up here. She always sat to the left. That is a pretty dog. Funny thing about it, this is exactly where I caught my first coyote ever. What do you think, Peyton? Make you want to catch one now? Now that your mom's showing you up?
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful dog. All right, let's take a better look at her. All right, folks, Jenn's connected. Now, let me tell you a little bit of something about that coyote. That's where I caught my first coyote ever. It's close to my dad's place. I was always able to walk out there. When I caught my first coyote there, I was just so excited. Every year, I always set a trap in that spot. So when Jenn and Payton were looking for their line, I said, we got to put a trap here. Just, we was hoping lightning was going to strike twice for a first, and it did. When we come back from the break, we're going to show you what it took to put this coyote in the bed of the buggy.
From the hills of West Virginia, Smokey's Deer Lures presents the first and only real pre-orbital gland lure in the world. Applying pre-orbital gland lure to a licking branch will allow you to take a complete inventory of the bucks at your favorite hunting spot. Get yours at smokiesdeerlure.com.
Well, you see, trappers are a special breed of people. We're dedicated, committed, and passionate about what we do and who we are. Each and every one of us has an intense desire to be the very best we can. So in the world of skinny jeans, man buns, and pumpkin spice lattes, sometimes you just have to stop, push back, and tell the world, that's not me. Whether you're from the far north or in the deep south and anywhere in between, Southern Snares can help you succeed at getting the job done and being who you are.
Well, Jennifer, what did you think of that?
Pretty incredible. It's been a long one.
We've been at it all week. We're catching coons and possums, and we're starting to wonder if we were going to end up catching anything. You know, this has always been one of my honey holes, and it wasn't producing. We're just not seeing the sign this week. It's been raining, and we just now had a cold front come in last night. And actually, when I came in from feeding the animals last night, I heard some coyotes in the distance. I said, well, maybe they'll move tonight. And we came up here, and sure enough, it felt good. This is the last set of traps we were checking today, and felt good to pull up on this. Now, the reason this set here works so well is we've got an old logging road right here behind us, and there's a field up here. We've got two roads converging together, and we've got this real long field, about 200 yards long, and it's nothing but thick brush on both sides, and it kind of bottlenecks on each end. These coyotes, when they come out this road, they're hunting and mousing out through here. It's just a perfect location. Payton actually has a set about 10, 15 feet away that didn't connect yet, but I look for it to connect sooner than later. But if you look for places like this here, it's definitely going to put more fur in your shed. I'm just glad that I finally got the experience. They've been watching Trapping Time for 5 years now, seeing everything that goes into it. Of course, I've been trapping back when me and Jen started dating feels like 20 years ago.
Yes.
I've always been trapping, so finally she got a chance, and they decided they wanted to set a line this year. And they said it all by themselves. I might be giving a little bit of technical advice, but other than that, they're setting the steel in the ground themselves, baiting it. They're picking the baits and lures, and this is the result. All right, now let's get this dog out of here. We're going to get this set remade. She's going to have fun remaking this one because this old dog's got its place tore up. So we're going to take and get it remade, and hopefully we can catch us another one.
All right.
All right, now what she's doing is she's going to put the trap back in the same exact spot. She's got a little bit of a mess here on this remake. That coyote really tore it up. It's been so wet here lately that it's really it's made it challenging, to say the least. She's taking a little bit of dirt. She's going to pack back around those jaws just to try to saw it up a little bit. As that thing was moving, it really had the anchor pulled. It was really working it hard. All right.
Good.
Get a little bit more right there around that little gap.
Over here?
The other side, towards me.
Towards you?
Yep, right there.
Okay.
All right. So now, let's take your peat moss. What this one here, this coyote did, she kind of tore everything to the center. Normally, if it's froze up, you don't have as many issues, but we gotta have a little bit of a problem here. So she has all this tore up grass. Just imagine a 8-foot circle full of sod. So once Jen gets that there, kind of doctored up a little bit. Now she's gonna take that grass and pull it, kind of make a V with it. That's it. Kind of looks a little out of place, but that's fine because we want it to look out of place. They already know a coyote's been here, so now we're just going to give them a read and check it out again. Now she's going to take her driver. She's going to punch her a hole in there. We've been pretty lucky all season not to hit our fingers, so hopefully we can continue that. See, she's found her hole from before.
Okay.
Now what are you going to put in there?
Well, I'm going to go to The Rodent's Revenge by Old South.
Justin Rogers, he'll like that.
Oops. Okay.
What'd What'd you put on there? Some intruder?
Yeah.
We used
Some intruder.
We already know there's a, they already know we got tons of coyote smell here. We're not too worried about letting them think another coyote's here, but that intruder will give you enough to maybe hold him there a little bit longer and make him work the set. Now take some of that dirt and sprinkle on top of it. Those gloves are fun when it's cold. They don't
It's
get back on.
definitely cold today.
Good enough.
Okay.
Well, that's what it's like when a 30-pound grenade goes off in the middle of a hayfield. Especially on your first one, it's always fun. Alrighty, let's get your dog loaded up and see if maybe we can catch us another one.
Let's hope.
Hope. Talk about an awesome experience. Hey folks, when we come back, we're headed to the Trapping Time Set of the Week. Folks, be sure to check out our all-star lineup for the upcoming season. New for 2018 is the hard-hitting Blackout Predator bait. If you're looking for a beaver-based bait with some kick, this is it. We're also proud to add to the batting order our line of mouse-based baits. If you're looking for a mice bait so pure it's practically eating cheese in the container, then you will want to try Payton's Pretty Mouse. Maybe you're looking for a bait with some long-range appeal for those cold winter nights, then you've got to try Payton's Dirty Mouse. When you're serious about trapping predators like we are, then be sure to make your next purchase at TrappingTimeTV.com.
Duke Traps has the most complete product line of game traps in the world. Check out the full line of body grippers for beaver, raccoon, muskrat, and more. Duke has homeowners covered as well with a full line of standard and heavy-duty live cage traps. Duke has over 30 models of animal control devices that can help you with your trapping needs. Duke now offers the number 550 and larger 650 coil springs, plus their newly developed number 2 dogless for catching coyotes. Get more information at DukeTraps.com. Duke, America's best trap value.
Hey folks, welcome to this Trapping Time Set of the Week. This week, I'm going to throw a scenario at you. Alright, you've been trapping a property and you're starting to get dig outs and you don't know why. You might think it's a coyote, maybe a coon, but you're trying to figure out a way to catch this because he keeps working your dirt holes and blowing out your trap. I'm going to show you guys a little set that started out as a way to catch trap shy or digger coyotes, but I've evolved it into another set that if you want to use it just as a regular set, even if you didn't have a problem on your line, that it'll be equally as effective. It's called the offset dirt hole. Now, so just so you get an idea of what we got going on here, right here's our dirt hole, and we have taken all this dirt out of the inside. We want this kind of oversized. We want this dirt right here. I want it exposed. I want them to come in and want to dig it. Everybody knows that canines are attracted to loose dirt, especially when it's fresh like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to play off that instinct of theirs. Now, if you're trying to figure out where the trap's going to be at, right here's our dirt hole. I call it offset. Anybody that ever watched the show, offset to me, it's from anywhere off the center. I want my trap right here. We're going to use our cookie cutter, which I'm going to get some close-ups of this, so don't worry, guys. You'll get to see what's happening right here. My cookie cutter is going to be right about where my cookie cutter's at is exactly where my trap's going to be. I want it offset a little bit. We're going to blend this in. So when this coyote comes in to work this dirt, because he's been in here digging all the time, flipping our traps, taking our bait, we don't want him to even think about what's over here. So when he comes in, bam, we're going to get him. I'll get you in close and I'll show you what we're talking about. Like I said, now here's our dirt hole. Where my cookie cutter at is that's exactly where we're going to put the trap. Get your cookie cutter. Dress that hole up a little bit as the sod don't come all the way out. Now we're not going to drive this trap down in because this is teaching purposes, but that cookie cutter, that trap's bedded solid. It's not going anywhere. Touch it if you have to. It's not going anywhere. We're going to put some peat moss over this and we're going to blend it in. Now we're going to blend this thing in. Get you a set of shears. A lot of you guys like to blend your sets in anyways, so a lot of you guys probably already have them in here. This little set works great for, especially if you guys are running drags. You run that cutter and all you got to do, you're not even anchoring. You're going to try and get as much grass as you can around it. We want this thing to look as natural as possible. We want, when these coyotes come in here, all they're thinking about is putting their paws in this dirt. And like I said earlier, so a lot of times you guys get these diggers. I know we all like to think that they're coyotes coming after it, but it's not always true. Sometimes they are raccoons that are fooling with us. All right, guys, now we're going to lure this up. Now, if we've had coyotes coming in and fooling with it, a lot of times we may just throw a little bit of bait down in there and be done with it because you already got coyote smell. But being a deer hunter, I like to use what I call the scrape method. I want an animal, especially if this is a new set. If you're not here trying to catch a digger coyote and this is a new set for you, a lot of times what I like to do, I like to mix it up a little bit. We're going to take some of our final step from sawmill and we're going to put it in the bottom. That's going to be our attractant. That's going to be the bait. That's what we want them in there. Just put something about the size of a quarter, maybe a little bit more. Just enough to get their attention. This has a really great smell to it. It'll be enough to attract them. Now here's where the deer hunting part of me comes out. I'm going to put 2 different coyote smells. We're going to use some coyote gland number 1 from Trap Shed Supply. And I like using 2 different lure makers when I do this because I know for a fact they've gotten them from 2 different animals. So it really makes this set more effective. We're going to take some of the Trap Shed's coyote gland number 1. We're going to put it right here. Then we're going to take some of Southern Snares and Supplies One Night Stand. And we're going to put it there too. So now we've got 2 different dog smells. So when that third dog comes in, they're social animals. When they come in, they're going to be sniffing. They're going to be trying to figure out what's going on. It takes a little bit of the fear factor out of them because when they come in here, they know there's already been 2 coyotes here and it smells like there's something down in here. It's freshly dug. It's going to take that fear element out of them that they're not going to worry about what's over here. Let them come in here and dig. Like I always say, let them dig all they want. The longer they spend time there moving their paws, the better chance I've got of catching them. So if you use this little trick, whether you're trying to fix a problem on a trap line or it's just a new fresh set that you're wanting to throw out, I guarantee it's going to make you more successful.
From the hills of West Virginia, Smokey's Deer Lures presents the first and only real pre-orbital gland lure in the world. Applying pre-orbital gland lure to a licking branch will allow you to take a complete inventory of the bucks at your favorite hunting spot. Get yours at smokiesdeerlure.com.
Well, you see, trappers are a special breed of people. We're dedicated, committed, and passionate about what we do and who we are. Each and every one of us has an intense desire to be the very best we can. So in the world of skinny jeans, man buns, and pumpkin spice lattes, sometimes you just have to stop, push back, and tell the world, that's not me. Whether you're from the far north or in the deep south, and anywhere in between, Southern Snares can help you succeed at getting the job done and being who you are.
Hey folks, I'm sure if you use that little tip right there, it's going to put a lot more fur in your shed. All right, little back history here. So we've got Jen, who's already got her first coyote. So guess what? When you got a 12-year-old daughter that was hoping she was going to be the first, and and the whole time I was thinking to myself, what happens if Jen catches the first and Payton doesn't catch one? Because I'm telling you right now, that girl gets as jealous and as competitive as her old man. Well, luckily, we were trapping another farm that I had always had a lot of success with in the past. We had an opportunity to make a unique set that I'm sure as long as Payton's running the line out there, she's going to do her best to put a set in like this because of what happened next. Well, Payton, we got us a talker here, don't we?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
This is Payton's first year actually sitting by herself. We came up here and this old piece of log was just out in the middle of nowhere. And I always have success on this property. But we're starting to get a little worried that we was going to catch anything. Huh?
Yeah.
We came up here and I was just telling Jen as we were coming up over the hill, I said, we haven't caught anything in this field. We've been trapping for almost a week now. And we're starting to get frustrated. We're going to pull traps tomorrow. And Jen caught her first coyote yesterday. Was the pressure of Mom starting to get on you? That you weren't going to catch one? Yeah, I could tell. I was just hoping and praying. I was like, please let there be a coyote. And as we come up over the hill, Jen goes, oh my God, there's a coyote. So it textbook place to set up here. You know, normally probably 50 yards away here I got a set, and I always connect on coyotes there. But when we came up here, sometimes guys, even though you trap these fields all the time, something just stands out. We came up here and there's this chunk of wood up here, and I thought, you know what? There ain't a coyote in Greene County that's going to come by this and not investigate it. And Payton came up here. She bedded a set right up close to it, put some lure and some bait in it, and look what we got here, our first coyote. And he's a talker. You know how many guys catch coyotes that don't talk like that? That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to get him out of the trap, and we'll get this set remade, and we'll show you how Payton put him in the back of the truck. Good job. All right, Payton, now get that trap bedded back down in there, like you had it. Down there. Get it down in there? Mm-hmm. All right, get her covered back up with peat moss. See your daddy's glove trick. They're covered up with some grass. You cold?
Yeah.
Trapping's fun.
Yeah, but it's cold.
Rip it apart so the trees aren't looking at it. Just pull little concrete there. Alright, that's pretty good. Just kind of take your glove like you did before with your peat moss. Just real light. Alright, that's good. Now I'll take and get you some bait back down in there. That's it, taking your gloves off like a pro. Using some old dad's back 40, huh?
Yeah.
Now she put this hole right underneath of it. Nothing better backing than a 8-foot log. So we know for a fact them coyotes aren't going to work it from the back. Now she took some of our intruder lure and put it on there as well. And we found that it's been killer on these coyotes. It was actually developed as a beaver lure, but we can't keep the cats and coyotes out, so we're going to keep using it, aren't we, Pete?
Yeah.
And I'll take some of all that dead grass and pile it back up around it. We've got to get rid of it. We really pull the place up. Just pack it right around there, put it down. It don't have to be pretty. The whole mountain cleaned up, yep. See if they can. That'll work. Pick up your gear and we'll we can catch another one. Got one more day on this one. And how you get good at doing remakes?
How?
Catching coyotes. The higher you get, the better you get with remakes. Good well. Guys, when you want to talk about some of your favorite memories on the line, these two memories right here will stick with me forever. I may forget about coyotes that I've caught, or Jason's caught, or Justin Rogers, or Brian McKee's caught, but I will never forget about the two coyotes that my wife and daughter caught their first year trapping. Hey, be sure to join us next week. We got a little episode that we're just calling Campfire Stories. You're going to have to check it out to see what it's all about. You know, like we always say, we're keeping the tradition alive here at Trapping Time.